Here's a prediction for you. In 2024, Triple Click is going to start with 3 cross-stick hits, followed by a rhythm section build-up, followed by a saxophone melody. Hey, I got that prediction right. Yes, it's time for our annual predictions episode as we see how many of our predictions from last year came true and make a bunch of new predictions for 2024. I predict it's going to be pretty fun. Let's get into it. I'm Kirk Hamilton.
I'm Maddy Myers.
And I'm Jason Schreier. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's time for the best episode of our year, every single year.
It is.
The most high-stakes episode.
We peak early every year.
It is time for the best episode. And it's time for a whole nother year of Triple Click, where we will be making a bunch more podcasts. We have some very exciting plans for this year. We had a little meeting over the break to talk about stuff we're going to do in 2024.
I'm bouncing in my seat excitedly.
And we're pretty excited about a lot of it. And of course, the thing that makes that possible is your support. You can support us by becoming a member of Maximum Fun, our network, at MaximumFun.org/join. And you get bonus episodes. If you do that every month, you get a bonus episode. And the most recent one that just went up is for Baldur's Gate 3. So MaximumFun.org/join. Become a member. Support our show in 2024. All right. We've got a lot of business to get through on this episode. Jason, what are we doing?
We do have a lot of business to get through. So every single year, the three of us make a predictions game. We've been doing this for a long time, since the split screen days, since before Maddy joined the show. And the rules are each of us picks 10 predictions for the upcoming year. And whoever gets the most right gets to pick a game that we all play during the next year. So now we are in 2024. We have made predictions for 2024, and we're also going to go through our predictions from 2023 and see who won. So we're going to start off this episode by going through last year's predictions, determine who won, and then we're going to make our predictions for the year to come. And I'll talk about the games that we want one another to play if we win this year in 2025. So let's start off with 2023 predictions. We're going to go through, and just a reminder, we did a tiebreaker just in case there is a tie, which Kirk won a Game Awards prediction bet as a kind of tiebreaker. So if we tie, Kirk takes it.
I get the tiebreaker point.
All right. So we're going to just kind of go through real quick our predictions for 2023 and see who won. Maddy, why don't you start off?
Okay. So my very first prediction from 2023. Wait, should I say the game I was going to make you guys play if I won?
Yes, say the game. Yes.
Let me
start
say
with
my
the
game
game
first. It's Super Metroid. Heard of it? Only the greatest game ever. But instead of talking about that, I'll talk about my predictions. Prediction number 1, Princess Zelda will not be playable in Tears of the Kingdom. This is my point. I won it.
This was a win.
Zelda the Dragon does not count.
I was thinking for a second about, for some reason, I think...
let's
I was trying to think if there was going to be a debate about the dragon part of the game.
I really thought about that. I was like, are they going to come at me about the part at the end? But it doesn't count.
But no, there's no argument.
There's no argument.
There is no argument. No.
All right, number 2. Nintendo will announce a Legend of Zelda TV show. I lost this one, but Kirk has a counterpoint prediction that we'll get to.
We'll get to that.
Number 3, Facebook/Meta will make a significant pivot from their current vision of the metaverse, e.g. abandon VR entirely or acquire and lean into Twitter as the new metaverse. Name change not needed. I can't believe I included that. Like, oh my God. Somebody else changed Twitter's name. So many other things happened that I could never have predicted, but this did not.
Facebook released a new VR headset.
Yeah, Facebook is still doing whatever they're doing.
They're running VR commercials during NFL games. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They did the opposite of this. Bless them. Yeah. Number 4, the Switch 2 will be announced and called the Super Nintendo Switch. This should have happened, and it did not. Number 5, the use of AI art will become normalized in game development to the extent that at least 3 AAA studios will use it in a way similar to High on Life, e.g. in-game paintings. This didn't happen. The closest I could think of was the finals using some AI work on the voices, but that doesn't even really count according to my own metrics here. So I'm going to say I got 0 here. Number 6, get ready, guys. Gird your loins. 3 major games will be ones we could reasonably call mom games, as contrasted with dad games.
I can definitely think of one, but I'm curious if you've got 3.
I can think of 3. Okay. And we're going to see what you two think of these. Diablo 4. Pretty inarguable in my view. Lilith is the mom. She's the mom of the... I don't want to spoil the game.
What are the other two?
Keep going, and then
Say them all.
Okay, Alan Wake 2. It's about being
That's
a mom.
the one I thought of.
Yeah.
Saga is absolutely a mom. It is a mom game about a mom. Yeah.
The third one is the one that I don't know. My third one is Venba, and the reason why I feel like I'm not going to win is because, well, I have 3 major games here. And what is a major game?
Major is a tough part of that.
Yeah, that is tough. I mean, Venba is majorly good.
But it was nominated for 2 Game Awards, and it's really good.
So Venba is about a mom, like the mom is...
It is absolutely a mom game. I think that's undeniable. But is it a major game?
To me, the more debatable is Diablo 4.
Really?
Because when I think of dad game, I think of a game that is about a dad
like
who's
you play as a dad?
Yeah, who's like the main character who's
and
like, and it's about his
Lilith.
relationship. Well, no, it's more about the relationship between the dad and the kid being a major part of the storyline, and that just being the arc and stuff. And Diablo 4 isn't really that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like that when you say a dad game, I mean, a tricky thing with this prediction is that it's all a little loose, right? Like mom game, dad game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you two. I'm at the mercy of the court here.
So I think when I think of a dad game, I think of The Last of Us, God of War. I think of these games where you are, as Jason said, a dad. It is a game fundamentally about a dad learning how to be a dad, where it was like written by a dad and it has big dad energy.
And even if you play as a kid for a second, which you also do in Venba, you are the kid of a dad or a mom in the case of Venba.
Right, like it's very much about that father-son relationship. And a mom game, you would think, would be the same thing, basically,
right.
but from the other perspective. And I definitely think that
Alan Wake 2 is similar.
Alan Wake 2, it counts. And it's even that. It's like not fundamentally about Saga's relationship with her daughter, but still, it is a game where you play as a mom. It is a large part of, or really the entirety of her motivation is her daughter. So like mom game for sure there. With Lilith, because like I played through all of Diablo 4 and it's really, like she's a mom, but I don't know, like just looking at that definition of mom game, yeah.
The central conflict in the game is about her being a mom and all the marketing is Lilith. So I feel like it's very much Lilith's game, but you don't play as her. You're always playing as her kids because, a demon and a god have a kid, and that's Diablo, baby. That's who you get to be in those games.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much of a stretch with Diablo 4. Like, just for, like, what we were thinking of as a dad game versus, like, that definition, that it has
It's okay.
a mom.
I didn't think I was going to win this one anyway, even though I'm right, and all of these are mom games.
I think so I appreciate the argument here, but I think between Diablo 4 being kind of iffy and Venba not really being major, I think it's a no for me.
I feel like we're almost there, though. The age of the moms is coming.
which is a promising sign, irrespective of any predictions.
I would rather play Super Metroid than Kirk's game, so I'm kind of tempted to give it a yes.
Come on, man! This is your chance to play Super Metroid.
I think ethics here.
Interesting counterpoint. Okay, a lot of my predictions are things I just wish would happen. Here's another one of those. Number 7, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will nod at the Spider-Verse and include Spider-Gwen as a playable character. Why didn't they do this? This was a good idea. Whatever. Number 8. Either Nintendo or Valve will launch a streaming game service as a competitor to xCloud. Nope. Number 9. No. Netflix will release an exclusive game for its mobile app that becomes extremely successful on the scale of Pokemon Go or Genshin Impact. Not yet, Netflix. And number
Not
10.
Yet. Maybe 1 year.
There will be a video game announced or released where playing it involves the use of a household smart tech item, e.g. a horror game that makes a smart fridge make noises. I still think this is a great idea. I don't know why no one did this.
It can still happen.
Still waiting for Roomba Riot to come out.
Could still happen. Yeah. We now, courtesy of our wedding registry, have both a Roomba and a iRobot mop. Which they're named Bender and Benderita, in case you were curious.
Excellent.
And I'm just saying I'm open to playing games on them. So if any developers are listening and they're interested in developing that, work with iRobot. It's not my job to do that. It's all of you. All right. We also did wacky bonus predictions where I believe we get 2 points if we win these. And mine was Cloud and Sephiroth will kiss in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Final Fantasy VII canon. And in parentheses, dreams do count. This has yet to happen. It could still happen, but I'm not reprising this prediction for 2024. So if it happens, we'll all just get to enjoy it.
Yes. Well, and many times our predictions come true the year after we make them. So who knows? This one still could come true.
And this is another one of those.
The thing is, if this comes true, we all win.
That's so true. That's so true. If Spider-Gwen shows up, we all win. The list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Maddy, you have 1 point. I will go next. My 2023 predictions, and my game was The Witness. Although if I win, I might change this because I've been feeling kind of icky about it in recent months.
Luckily, you aren't going to win, so.
That's true, luckily.
We'll see.
All right, number 1. At least 3 Final Fantasy games will come out, not including ports. This did not happen. We got Final Fantasy 15. But that was pretty much, or 16, but that was pretty much it. Number 2, someone will put out a video game largely created by AI. This has not happened yet. Might happen. And I think I was talking about like a substantial game there, not like a random ass video game. But still, that still didn't happen, even random games. Number 3, Civilization 7 will be announced and come out. Nope. Number 4, Nintendo will announce and release a brand new 3D Mario game. Nope. Number 5, EA will be acquired. Nope. Nintendo did announce and release a new Mario game, but it wasn't 3D. I guess technically it's like 3D graphics, but...
Next, we have your best prediction.
Number 6, Tony Soprano will come to Multiverses.
Why didn't this happen?
Well, you know why it didn't happen? Because they shut down Multiverses.
I know.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
It was an early access thing. It's coming out right in full release next year.
Yeah, they're redoing it right now.
So Tony Soprano still could happen.
He's gonna be there.
They gotta get all the animations right.
You know, I feel like,
they're like
I should have thought about this,
that.
but like Jim Gandolfini is dead, so they can't really do it because like who else is gonna voice him?
Well, this is gonna be one of those creepy things they use AI for to like
this is
get him to do
actually
mocap.
where the AI prediction
for
comes
multiple predictions.
Yeah.
Number 7, one of the major sports games will switch to a 2-year cycle. I feel like this should have happened, but it did not. Number 8, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan will be fired or step down. Ding, ding, ding. This happened. I feel like I should get multiple points for calling this.
Yeah, how?
Number 9.
Okay, we're not going to go over it. Just a shot from the clear blue sky by Jason
Nailed it.
Schreier.
I mean, I just felt like he was
Did you have a prophetic dream?
Like, I had a good feeling.
You were like, Jim Ryan's getting very tired. He's getting very sleepy.
And I swear to God, this is not inside info. Like, I don't even think anyone
No, we absolutely believe you. I would never impugn your integrity.
I believe you because you know the wrath of Triple Click would come down upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, The Legend of Zelda will get a Lego set. Nope, did not happen. Number
That's
10.
rumored. People thought this was going to happen, and then it didn't.
There's a lot of Photoshops, convincing Photoshops.
I know.
Number 10, Bungie will announce and release a new game. They did announce a new game, but they did not release it. So this does not count.
Yep.
Marathon Return, really an old game that they announced.
Yeah, would we have
version
counted
of
that? If they had released that, I feel like we would.
I'm glad we don't have to debate that, but yes, I think we would.
Of course it would have counted. No, it's not an old game. It's a total
it's a new
thing.
Let's argue about something that didn't happen. Is this fun?
Please, God, let's do that.
Bonus, Hogwarts Legacy will hide a message saying, F you, J.K. Rowling. This did not happen, sadly.
This could have come true. We didn't find it. This
it could still be there.
That's true. It could still happen, but
we
it was
don't
not
know.
found, so it does not count.
So if this Easter egg turns up at any point next year, we have to go back and give Jason the points.
We have to go back and play The Witness?
No, because by the rules of this prediction, I think it...
Okay, I guess this will be over. We'll just have to, I'll have to send my plaque that I get to Jason.
Right.
Yeah,
so your
trophy will come my way. All right, that's one point for me. So me and Maddy are both tied with 1 point. Kirk, you're up.
All right. It all comes down to this. So the game that I picked was Resident Evil 2 Remake, a really cool horror game where you switch back and forth between 2 characters. And, that seems a lot fresher when I picked it a year ago.
One of them's a famous novelist?
It's still a very good game, and it would be a fun one to play. So let's go through my predictions. Number 1. And I wrote these out myself with nopes and yeps next to them. So I'll look at my own list here. Number 1, Microsoft will not own Activision Blizzard at the end of 2023. No, that was a binary one, and nope, didn't get it. Number 2, Nintendo will announce a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yay!
Yep, it happened. That was a very exciting moment for me, even though I have many questions and some profound doubts about what that movie will be. I'm very glad that they announced it because I got a point. So that's 1 for me. That puts us all tied. Number 3, someone will announce a game that is written by an AI, very similar to Jason's prediction. A prediction I think that we'll all be making for a while until it happens. No, that did not happen. Gabe Newell, this is number 4, Gabe Newell will retire as president of Valve. For some reason, I wrote "yep" next to that, but nope.
That did not happen. You thought it was Jason's Jim Ryan prediction.
I think I was just not paying attention. No, Gabe Newell did not step down. Number 5, Amazon will buy Roblox. Extremely random prediction there, and really just too difficult.
It could have happened.
that was a terrible prediction.
Dart.
Just threw it out there because if it had happened, it would have been amazing.
X will buy Y.
Just kind of mash them together. No, that did not happen. Number 6 came close with this one. House will announce a sequel to Untitled Goose Game, and it will feature a goose and another animal that isn't a goose. Honestly, it was kind of close. House did announce a new game. It does have animals, but it is not a sequel to Untitled Goose Game. It's called Big Walk. It looks cool,
it does.
But it is not what I predicted. Number 7, 2 games will include a menu toggle for NPC puzzle suggestions. This is a tough type of prediction because there are so many games, and I didn't look in the menus of all of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love the predictions where we're all just like, wait, did this happen or not? Like,
I know, and I was researching it and trying to figure it out. I don't think this is in Spider-Man. I was like, okay, this has to be like a big budget game where you have an NPC with you.
Right.
I couldn't really find these, and I'm going to say I didn't get these. Also, given that I have a point, it's sort of moot. We don't have to argue over it. But I do think that this structure of this prediction is challenging. Like these really open-ended ones.
It's challenging for you to prove. Like it's
exactly.
It's challenging on the
you already
predictor.
won, so just let's close it off.
I think it's possible you won this too.
I think it's okay to reflect some on the prediction process because part of the fun of doing this every year is like refining our approach to coming up with predictions that are easy to prove and disprove, that aren't too easy to get. Like it's been very hard narrowing down this game, like keeping it a game and not just like doing predictions, because I don't know, I always look around at what people are predicting on the internet. Like,
because normally they're trying to predict what will actually happen because it's not
it's always like
game.
Really broad stuff.
So it'll be like PlayStation will put out a video game like that.
Right. They're always very broad. Nobody is making predictions like these in the world. So it's very hard to like narrow down what actually makes a good one. I think we're doing a good job of it though. Every year they get a little better. So anyways, that one didn't happen. Number 8, From Software will announce an Elden Ring TV series. No.
Pretty good
Number 9,
though.
Xbox Cloud Gaming will come to the Switch. No. Number 10, Atlas will announce Persona 6 and the mascot character will be a dog. No. And my bonus was that Disney will announce a video game console, and that also did not happen. So that is a 3-way tie with 1, which means that my one more correct prediction from the Game Awards was the thing that decided this whole thing.
Shout out to esports.
Yeah, shout out to those
for
esports.
helping Kirk take home the gold.
Coach. Esports
and
Coach
Worlds
of the Year.
and League of Legends Worlds for winning best esports
Wow.
event.
Okay, so we will be playing Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Yes.
More on that TBD. We'll talk about our timing for that down the road and pinpoint, figure out exactly when we're going to play it and talk about it. Congratulations to Kirk.
Very excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's a very fun game. I'm
It'll be
excited
good.
for both of you to play that game because it's good.
I can't believe you just won because you predicted the esports coach of the year.
I'm glad we did the
Incredible.
tiebreaker. Otherwise, we would have. What would
It
we
was
have done?
fair and square, honestly. Jason, you and I could have picked the correct esports
No,
professionals, and we
it's great.
didn't.
I have no complaints. I just think it's
Yep.
hilarious.
It is amazing that
hilarious.
it came down.
All
to
right,
that.
guys, let's do our 2024 predictions.
Yes.
So real quick before we get started. So rules, the easy rules are no delays and no inside info. No predictions that like a
Yes.
game will be delayed and
No
no
cheating.
inside info. No cheating, yeah. Nothing too obvious is also a rule. We'll try to be a little lax about that, but like after we each make our predictions, if any of us really have strong objections to something being like way too obvious, we can discuss them. But first, let's just go through our predictions and then we'll play
Right.
it by ear from there. Kirk, start us off with your list.
All right.
Oh, actually, start off with your game and then
Yeah, start
and
with
then
your
the
game.
list.
Okay. Oh, so we're doing my game first and not as a reveal at the end. Okay, my game is going to be Far Cry 2.
I'm already laughing at these movies. You shouldn't have showed me this. All right, I'm not reading it.
Okay, number 1 prediction. The new Nintendo console will have the word Switch in the name. Number 2, Ubisoft will be acquired by someone. Number 3, will die in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 4, an indie game will win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Number 5, Nintendo will announce a remake of A Link to the Past. Number 6, at least one video game will use generative AI in the game itself. Number 7, Bethesda Microsoft will announce an Elder Scrolls TV show. Number 8, Hollow Knight Silksong will come out in May. 9, Valve will announce Half-Life 3. And 10, NVIDIA will announce a Steam Deck competitor. And my bonus is Apple will buy Nintendo. Because I just couldn't think of one. Okay,
so doesn't NVIDIA already have a portable PC, the Shield?
No, they used to make the Shield, but they discontinued it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it was sort of not like a real Steam Deck competitor. So
I think, wow, shooting your shot, Silksong in May.
I know, that was
April
so
30th,
specific.
well, because I think just predicting that
Silksong will
comes out is
you
too.
For that. Yep.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
too easy. That's no fun. So I just was like, May.
No, I think shooting your month, that's a good one. I like
Yeah. I feel like it's almost too hard. Like, how about you say come out in spring?
In the first half of the year.
No.
You're like, hey,
We're not going to make predictions.
yeah, that's fine. May is fine. I don't mind having.
All right, my only other note is that Ubisoft will be acquired. Feels obvious to me, but here's the thing: maybe that's fine. You know?
Maybe not.
I don't think that's obvious. A major publisher getting bought is never obvious.
What are they even doing?
Yeah, they're pretty
right
big.
now?
Interest rates are pretty up. Not a lot of
interest rates. That's a really good point. We know a lot about economics on this show. So.
Well, but there are fewer acquisitions happening now than there were a couple of years
Kirk,
ago.
I think after the Dave the Diver debacle, you have to be more specific about an indie game.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
That's fair. I think that what I mean by that is like a proper indie game. Like
So
I think that if Dave the Diver had won Game of the Year, like
you wouldn't have counted it.
Then that would not have counted.
Okay,
like we'd have to approach it on a case by case basis, but like.
But what is proper? Because Baldur's Gate 3 is an indie game.
Okay, let's say an indie game is like a smaller team. Maybe it's more of a team size thing than like the size of the game.
Okay, a game by a team of below X number of people.
Less than 100.
But I don't know what number to pick.
Less than 100.
And what if they outsource and like?
What if we say like an indie game was a small team, and like we can kind of debate that if it comes down to it.
I feel like we'll know. I feel like we'll all know. It'll be like the mom
I think we
games
will
thing.
too.
We're gonna know.
Yeah, and if the two of you are like, no, this doesn't count
like
as
the
indie.
Supreme
Like,
So what if
they're
it's
too
a
big,
small team but it's a big publisher? Like, so what
then
if
it's not indie.
Okay,
That's like a
and
Dave the Diver situation.
What if it's a small team that's independently owned but it's published by a big, like an EA or something? Then it doesn't count.
Doesn't count, right?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So you're basically banking on like a Silksong or a Hades 2, like one of those type of
Yeah,
games.
like that kind of game. Yeah.
Okay.
Or something like that. Like an indie game.
Strong prediction. My other last comment is just that I think A Link Between Worlds, if I'm remembering correctly, the 3DS game started as a Link to the Past remake, but then they decided that like they just wanted to make something new instead. So
Wow.
just some food for thought there.
That's
It'd be
just a
interesting
fun
if
fact.
Maybe they'll be like, let's finish what we started.
Yeah, right.
It feels like kind of left field, given that I think this prediction was originally A Link Between Worlds. Like they'll release it on the Switch, but then I was like, that's like A Link to the Past is just sort of more fun. So let's go with the one that I kind of hope will happen. Especially because we played that game for the show a couple years ago, and it's so good that it'd be really cool if it got re-released.
It would be
When
cool.
you say use generative AI in the game itself, you mean that you can talk to like a ChatGPT within the game,
or like in some way the game itself is generating stuff using AI, not like there's AI art in the game, or like they use it to write the script or
like
something.
it's part of the game that it's generating something. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. All right. One more thing is Half-Life. If Half-Life, does it have to be called Half-Life 3?
What is Half-Life 3, by the way?
Well, no. Well, like Half-Life Alex. What if it's Half-Life like : something else?
It needs to like be a continuation of the story, right?
But Alex is a continuation of the
Right.
story.
Would you accept as a
not called
prediction that Valve will announce a new Half-Life game instead of Half-Life 3?
How about a new non-VR Half-Life game? Does that fit with the spirit of what you're saying?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I think those are good predictions. All right, Maddy, you're up next.
Sick.
You want to drop your list here too, and then just kind of barrel through them. But start off with your game.
Okay, yeah. My game is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And if I win,
sick.
we can debate whether we want to play it on the N64 emulator on the Switch or on the 3DS. I personally like the 3DS version.
I think
but let's
3DS
worry
I
about
like that
later.
version too.
3DS is way
I love
better.
playing 3DS games for Maddy. I feel like
I know.
last time we did
I like
Kirby
making you
Robobot.
guys dig out your 3DSs. I think it's
Yeah.
fun. I'm going to buy
I still
Jason a
have
new
it somewhere.
3DS if we do this because his battery
Oh,
on his
yeah.
old one is broken. So that's part of it.
That's right.
So first prediction is a reprisal. I just really liked this prediction. The Switch 2 will be called the Super Nintendo Switch. I just think they should do this. They won't, but I think they should. Number
should.
2, Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch game on the Switch 2 in 2024. Number 3, Summer Game Fest 2024 will not get participation from Sony or Nintendo. Number 4, Warner Brothers will announce a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy. Number 5, Tears of the Kingdom will announce DLC after all. Number 6, Kirk, we have some counterpart predictions here. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will not kill off that one character who we all know died in the original game, and instead a different character will be killed in that same way.
That was almost my prediction.
Yep. We'll see who gets it. Number 7, 3 major games will use AI voices in a method similar to the finals, meaning human actors' performances are bolstered by AI trained on their voices. Number 8, Jeff Keighley will become embroiled in a career-threatening scandal. In parentheses, people will refer to him as canceled, end parentheses. Number 9, we will see a major biopic film announced about a video game streamer. And number 10, Dragon Age Dreadwolf will be canceled.
Wow.
Bonus.
That's a
Wow.
big one. Cancel.
What's your
I
bonus?
mean, I don't know. What's going on with it? Bonus prediction, Kristen Stewart will get cast as Link in the Zelda movie. It's not a
Hell
gender
yeah.
swap. They're not going
pretty
to
good.
note that at all. She's just going to
No.
be playing the role of Link.
Incredible. That would rule.
Animated,
I would
live
love
action,
that.
doesn't matter. Applies either way.
Okay, let me look these over and think about them.
I have one issue.
Great.
And that's it, Maddie. Just one.
Okay.
Which is that Summer Game Fest not getting participation from Sony or Nintendo is what I would expect, because that's what's happened the past 2 years. So
I got
would be
you.
more surprised if
Yeah,
they did get
I can't-
participation
They did,
from
yeah.
both.
Should I say will get it from either? Is that fair?
Yeah, I actually almost made that prediction, so that feels like a prediction that is like
Or do
would
I
be
need
more
both?
unusual.
Well, I think you just have to spell out exactly what participation means. Keighley, in previous years, has just stamped that as like a
Right.
hashtag on everything that happens over the summer. I think the way to count whether it's part of it would be whether they're showing games at the physical event. Like, that's the clearest cut version, because anyone can do a digital event at any time. But if Nintendo shows games at SGF's campus, that would be more surprising to me and more of like oh, hey, we're officially on board with this thing.
So do you want me to include that in parentheses here? Like, they'll get participation, not just in the form of a press conference, but also they have to show games.
Yeah,
at the
they'll be
event.
like materially participating in Summer Games Fest,
Okay.
showing games.
I like that.
doing
That's I like the
yeah.
brevity of that. We'll
Well,
get
showing
material
games on
participation.
campus. I'm talking about the specific
Yeah.
physical event, as if they were
Yes.
at E3.
That's what Summer. Yeah, that's
All
Summer
right,
Games
I'm
Fest.
including that too. Great. Really? That's your only complaint? Huh. All right.
I have a thought, but these are great. That one, yeah, I like that prediction. That I
Are
almost
they
made
great,
it just
or are
because
they
it's
completely unhinged. I don't know.
no, they're good. That's what makes them fun. Yeah, I like the Summer Games Fest prediction just because it's basically like saying Summer Games Fest will continue its climb toward becoming E3, which I think is
Right.
like possible, but not necessarily a sure thing, and it'll be interesting to see. So I like that.
Yeah, especially if Jeff Keighley gets canceled this year, which I'm also predicting.
Right, that's right. People will
That
refer
would
to him as canceled.
Counter the Summer Game. Everyone would pull
I
out of
mean,
Summer Game
they
Fest.
might both
I
happen.
think Jeff is pretty careful, so we'll
I
see
know,
about
that's
that one.
why it's a tricky prediction.
No,
It'd be
I
pretty
know,
wild
I
if
know.
it got canceled.
It's definitely in no way questioning that prediction. And I think, I think that Warner Brothers is absolutely going to make a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy. That game made $1 bajillion, but I don't think that's too obvious because next year is right after the game came out. So it's more likely there will be DLC or something. So maybe they announce it, maybe they don't. We'll see. But yeah, sure, like that. Yeah.
Announcing a sequel next year seems unlikely.
Yeah,
to
that would
me,
be
so
pretty
that,
soon.
To me, is a strong prediction, as is
Yeah.
the DLC thing. Yeah, I think
And that would
these
show
are-
that they're
these
like
are all
excited
good.
to make more fucking Hogwarts, which, that
Yep.
would be something. Yeah, cool.
All right,
Okay.
sweet.
All right, man. I'm like still trying to decide what my game's going to be. So
That's always the hardest part of this.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide between like 3 different games, and I don't want to do something where it's 80 hours long and Maddy wants to kill herself.
We're like grueling our way through a game.
Well, to be fair, I have a Steam Deck now, so it's easier for me to play games that are 80 hours long than it used to be.
But we still have the kind of game limit, the game length guideline.
Yeah,
that
the
we
game
follow,
length
where we try to
guideline
keep
is
it under
20 hours, something
20,
like that.
yeah, 20.
All right. Well, let me get back to you on the game. I'll
Oh
start
my
with my
God,
predictions.
Jason, what?
I mean,
And
he'll
then
get
I'm
back
gonna
to us
make a
at the end
final
of his
call.
predictions,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
after this
Okay.
episode.
All right, you guys ready? All right, number 1, Metroid Prime 4 will launch on Switch and Switch 2 at the same time, day 1 of Switch 2, which is very similar to yours, Maddy. I guess mine is a little more complicated.
But it's a little more specific, actually.
Yeah, well, I appreciate both of your optimism on this.
I mean,
That's,
hey. I don't know
hope
that I
you're right.
really think it's going to happen, but that's not what this game is for.
Number 2, Konami will release the Suikoden Remastered Collection, which is already announced within 4 weeks of Eiyuden Chronicle, which is the spiritual successor to Suikoden. Just as a solid FU. So it could be they announce it either 4 weeks, like it comes out either 4 weeks before or 4 weeks after. 3, a different character will die instead of in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I love that you two are just spoiling it, whereas I wrote my prediction really carefully. I was like, let me phrase it so that nobody knows who the character is.
Sure. I mean,
yeah, I can go back and bleep it if we decide we want to do that. Keep going, Jason.
Yeah,
4,
fair.
Elden Ring DLC turns into a standalone budget price game like Lost Legacy. Like it's so big it becomes its
That'd
own
be
thing.
great.
Number 5, Nintendo will do something with the Mother series, an Earthbound remake, a re-release, etc. Something with that series. Number 6, Apple will announce a big budget exclusive game for Apple Vision Pro. Number 7, Civilization 7 will be announced and released this year. That's a repeat. Number 8, Microsoft's Activision will bring back Guitar Hero. Number 9, the new Switch will make you pay for backwards compatibility. Number 10, Saudi Arabia will buy a major video game company, and my bonus is, you guys ready for this? The Zelda movie will feature a completely silent Link. He won't say a word in the entire movie.
That would be incredible.
Okay, and my game is Crosscode.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
okay.
that'd be fun.
I've always wanted to play this.
Yeah,
I played
a
couple hours
Yeah,
of
we
it.
both played a
For
couple
people
hours.
who aren't familiar, very Zelda-like, except it's set within an MMORPG, so very fun jokes and gameplay.
Like
and stuff.
Sword Art Online or something. Like it's kind of a game within a game.
All right, those are my predictions.
Okay, let me see. I have some questions or like clarifications. I think these all look great. Like in just generally, I really like all of our FF7 predictions.
Yeah,
I'm just
they're
like,
great.
it's just cool that there's a game coming out still, given all the games that recently came
Someone
out.
will
that there's
die,
a game
but
coming out
who?
that's just gonna be like fire flying around. It's gonna be so exciting. We're all gonna be just losing
talking
it.
about that so much.
I know. I can't
know.
wait. I'm very excited about it.
17
So that's really
episodes
cool. One clarification question is: you say Saudi Arabia will buy a major video game company. You mean like the Saudi government, right? Like
the sovereign wealth fund is
the sovereign
Okay.
wealth fund. Okay,
Yeah.
not just like a company with like roots there, but like the actual like wealth fund itself will buy.
Yeah, the Saudi Arabian. Yeah, which
think
could
we'll know
mean,
that when
I
we
mean,
see it.
so that could mean Savvy. It could mean SNK, like any of their kind of branches that are like owned by Saudi Arabia.
When you say a big budget exclusive game for the Apple Vision Pro, what does that mean exactly? Could we like clarify that a little bit? Just because like I get kind of what you're saying, but like I'm sure there will be exclusive games for that. But like what constitutes a big budget game?
Yeah, something along the lines of Half-Life Alyx,
Right.
something that's like substantial enough where we can all point to it at the end of the year. I think I'll be able to make a case that like, yes, this is a big budget exclusive Apple Vision Pro thing.
Okay.
And I'm not limiting it to just being developed internally. It could be developed internally, or it could be that they've hired a big company to do it.
Right.
But
It'll be
talking
exclusive.
a big thing.
And not like Sneaky Sasquatch VR
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly,
Like the stuff that'll
exactly.
definitely be on that. Cool. I really love this Elden Ring prediction just because it's just like fun and I hadn't thought about that possibility, but it totally seems possible and I just think it's a great prediction.
It does. I wish it would
would
come
be
true.
fun.
I wish they would pull a Tears of the Kingdom with that game. I just had my question about number 5. Nintendo will do something with the Mother series. Something meaning game, movie, book,
Yeah, what does something
poster
mean?
Yeah,
art?
I mean, I
like
think-
let's narrow out. Like they can't release a clothing line and that counts.
Something substantial with the Mother series. I mean, a book wouldn't count, but like a game re-release, a remaster, a remake, something substantial where they would
Okay.
talk about it in a
Like
Nintendo
game
Direct.
related.
Yeah, or,
Something
or
game
a
related.
piece of
Yeah.
media of some kind. Like it
Sure,
needs to be something
yeah.
significant
It
enough.
could be, if it's a Netflix show, that counts. I think
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
substantial enough that they would talk about it in a Nintendo Direct or like a press release or like something where they would really go like announce it in a big way, as opposed to, hey, we're selling plush dolls of Mr. Saturn. Like that would not
Yeah,
count.
that's all I was trying to clarify. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that. But also, it'd be
Nice.
hilarious if they did that.
I think that your bonus prediction has the greatest chance of coming true, but also it is still pretty out there. So
Yeah, has a
You know.
game ever had a silent
Well,
protagonist?
I don't think the Zelda movie will come out next year, so I don't think it's possible for Jason to win this prediction next year.
Well, I'm. This is kind of assuming that there'll be a trailer or like
Right.
someone will say in an interview.
or a
that
confirmation from somebody working on
yeah,
it.
yeah, we'd have to
the
learn.
concept
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of like a movie starring a silent protagonist is so
Well, I
funny to
mean,
me.
It rules.
Movies used to all star silent protagonists.
Wow, that's so
but
true.
everybody was,
What
was
if just
silent.
little cards came up with pieces of dialogue for Link?
Oh, could
that would
you
count.
imagine?
Jason wins if that.
Man, that would rule though.
happens,
If the
by
whole
way.
Zelda movie was like the first 30 minutes of Wall-E, it would be amazing. I would love that.
that would
if
be
that was
so
what the Zelda
good.
movie was.
Yeah,
yeah,
they should
these
do
are
that.
great.
But also, Kristen Stewart should still be playing Link, so we both
Right.
win.
Just silently.
Yeah, of course.
She can speak
can
so many
emote.
words with her face. Yes.
Yeah, what a
All right,
great film. That's
why
gonna
don't we
be.
each just kind of rattle through our 2024
Yeah.
predictions one last time as a recap before we take a break? Kirk, why don't you just recap everything, and then Maddy, and then me.
Cool.
Cool. And we'll put these in the show notes too if people want to reference them. Okay, my predictions are: number 1, the new Nintendo console will have Switch in the name. Number 2, Ubisoft will be acquired. Number 3, will still die in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 4, an indie game with like a small team, like an indie game, will win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Number 5, Nintendo will announce a remake of A Link to the Past. Number 6, at least one video game will use generative AI in the game itself. Number 7, Bethesda/Microsoft will announce an Elder Scrolls TV show. Number 8, Hollow Knight Silksong will come out in May. Number 9, Valve will announce a non-VR Half-Life game. Number 10, NVIDIA will announce a Steam Deck competitor. And as a crazy bonus, Apple will buy Nintendo, and my game is Far Cry 2.
Yay. Far Cry 2, can't wait. My predictions. 1, the Switch 2 will be called the Super Nintendo Switch. 2, Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch game on the Switch 2 in 2024. 3, Summer Game Fest 2024 will get material participation from either Sony or Nintendo, meaning they'll show games on campus. Number 4, Warner Brothers will announce a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy. Number 5, Tears of the Kingdom will announce DLC After All. Number 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will not kill off that one character we all know died in the original game, and instead, a different character will be killed in that same way. Number 7, 3 major games will use AI voices in a method similar to the finals, meaning human actors' performances are bolstered by AI trained on their voices. Number 8, Jeff Keighley will become embroiled in a career-threatening scandal, meaning people will refer to him as canceled. Number 9, we will see a major biopic film announced about a video game streamer. Number 10, Dragon Age Dreadwolf will be canceled. And my bonus prediction, Kristen Stewart will get cast as Link in the Zelda movie. And my game, if I win, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
You almost said my game if we win, and let's be real, we would all win
would
if
all
we played
win in that
Ocarina of Time.
situation.
Can I just say, Maddy, I think your bonus prediction is more likely than Dragon Age Dreadwolf getting canceled.
I don't know what's going on with that game, man. I
That's
wanted to
fair.
predict something about it, but like,
Sure.
I don't know, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, but I think they're pretty committed to that one. All right, my predictions are: number 1, Metroid Prime 4 will launch on Switch and Switch 2 at the same time, day 1 of Switch 2, kind of a harder version of yours, Maddy.
Yeah, but I hope so.
But it's hard to see one happening without the other. Like, if it
Yeah.
launches on Switch 2, it's probably going to launch on Switch
Yeah, yeah,
1
yeah.
also.
I hope.
There'll be a lot of cross-gen, I think.
Yeah.
Although, you know, I feel like if it launches on Switch 1 a couple months before the Switch 2 and then it's day one on Switch 2, I feel like that should count as a win for both of us.
That won't happen, so sure. That'd be really weird.
I'm going to get rid of at the same time. I'm going to say it'll launch
It'll be
on
day
Switch
one
2.
on
just
Switch
say
2.
that.
Yeah. And it'll be on both.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Because that could happen. It could release like a month earlier on the Switch one. Who knows?
Yep.
It probably won't happen. But
Yeah,
still. All right. Number 2, Konami will release a Suikoden Remaster Collection within 4 weeks of Eiyuden Chronicle. Number 3, different character will die in Final Fantasy VII. Number 4, Elden Ring is so substantial it turns into a standalone budget price game like Lost Legacy. Number 5, Nintendo will do something substantial with the Mother series. Number 6, Apple will announce a big budget exclusive game for Apple Vision Pro. Number 7, Civ 7 will be announced and released this year. Number 8, Activision will bring back Guitar Hero. Number 9, the new Switch will make you pay for backwards compatibility. And number 10, Saudi Arabia will buy a major video game company. Bonus, the Zelda movie will feature a completely silent Link. And my game is Crosscode. All right. Good luck to all of us in the coming year. And let's take a break and then come back for one more thing.
The following are real reenactments of pretend emergency calls.
911. My husband! It's my husband! Calm down, please. What about your husband? He loads the dishwasher wrong. Please help! Please help me! Where are you now, ma'am? At the kitchen table. I was with my dad. He mispronounces words intentionally.
There are plenty of podcasts on the hunt for justice, but only one podcast has the courage to take on the silly crimes. Judge John Hodgman, the only true crime podcast that won't leave you feeling sad and bad and scared for once. Only on MaximumFun.org.
Hi, this is Lori Kilmartin.
And I'm Jackie Cation, and we have a podcast called The Jackie and Lori Show on Max Fun, and it's very exciting because what do we talk about?
Comedy.
Stand-up comedy. We both do stand-up comedy and have since the dawn of
Well,
Christ.
Jackie,
Is that offensive?
it is offensive to me because you've aged me. We started in the late 80s, and we're still here. You can't kill us.
So go to The Jackie and Lori Show on Max Fun and listen to that.
The Jackie and Lori Show. New episodes Monday, only on MaximumFun.org.
And we are back. Maddy, what's your one more thing?
So it's that time of year again, folks, when there aren't any major video game releases at work that I should be playing. So I booted up Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1.
I just want to say, I think this has been your one more thing at least 5 times.
It has, and you know, it's usually
Didn't
this
we
time of
count up
year.
our one more things once?
We did
like a
because
total.
I did a like it was for our 1 year anniversary of Triple Click. I did like a one more thing trivia, which was actually really fun. I'd love to do that
That's right.
again
That
sometime.
was very fun.
And I
Yeah.
did one that was like how many times we mentioned Stephen King and how many times we mentioned Dark Souls and so on and so forth. And this will contribute to future trivia sessions.
There will be one more time
There
now.
will be another time. I just wanted to update everyone on how my now 4-year progress on Dark Souls 1 is going. I've made it to Ornstein and Smog, which is
all right.
incredibly
Famous.
a very difficult boss fight that I've yet to defeat. And I'm proud I made it this far. That means I made it past Sen's Fortress, if people are sort of curious as to where in the game that falls. Maybe you've heard of Sen's Fortress, even if you haven't played the game.
You read Chris Dahlin's amazing essay about
Yeah,
it.
that's actually what I was about to refer to. I read Chris Dahlin's
sorry.
story about Sen's Fortress on Kotaku way before I ever played Dark Souls, and then I read it again after I had played it. And it's a great story about a cool part of the game. Not one of my personal favorite parts of the game. I found it really irritating, actually, but I got through
I think a lot of people do.
And then you get to see at the end a really cool cutscene before you get to the part of the game where Ornstein and Smog, whatever. I don't know. I hate these guys. I don't know how I'm going to beat them. And Dark Souls is really hard, but I am really enjoying playing it on the Steam Deck. I don't know that I had that option last time I was talking about Dark Souls, but I'm playing it natively on the Steam Deck. I think I tried streaming it for a bit and I wasn't as happy with it, but it's pretty good just natively running on there. And one more thought on this. Dark Souls isn't online anymore. I think this is true of Dark Souls 2 as well. They've taken it offline because I know for a while there FromSoft was dealing with like cheaters and just all kinds of online
Some
issues
kind of
and
exploit,
security
right?
issues.
Like,
yeah, and
security
they
thing.
they kind of put out a statement saying they were going to fix it, and then they never did. And it is kind of sad to play Dark Souls 1 without all the messages anymore. I miss them. The last time I was playing, they were still there, and now they're not. It's also way harder. So I'm kind of sad I didn't already beat it, because now I have to play it without the aid of other people leaving messages. But it's still worth it, because I get to see all the things that inspired Elden Ring, and there's so many pieces of the game that really remind me of Elden Ring, and that's been really cool. So I'm glad I'm playing it. I still would like to beat it, but I miss the messages, and that's just sad.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
So
Games
is there
don't
really
stay
just
online forever.
there's just no indication of like when it's going to be playable again?
I mean, it's playable offline. They announced pretty recently that it's just, they're not going to try to put it back online again.
Well, there's the remaster. You're not playing the remastered version.
I'm not.
Oh, I think the remaster version is back online.
Well, that's not the one my save is in, so sucks to be me.
And you can't transfer it.
No,
Oh, that's
you
annoying. Okay.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. That's life.
It is definitely a thing that I didn't think about and then did think about with Lies of P, which is just a single player game, though it's a Souls-like, is that there's
does
just
it
no
not have
notes
any
or
messages?
anything.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, because it's offline, which
Yeah.
you don't really notice playing it. It's just like a fun combat game. It feels like Sekiro, the way that Sekiro just didn't have any notes, and it was fun. It was fine. It was a From game, but it is something that sometimes I think about it and I'm like, man, especially with this game, this weird ass Pinocchio world, it'd be super fun if there were notes around for some of this weird crap that I'm seeing. So I even miss it in games where it never was.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited
Man.
for another Elden Ring thing to come out.
I was
so
going
I
to
can
say,
have
I
notes
want
again.
to
God.
replay. I want to go replay Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Cool. Kirk, what's your one more thing?
My one more thing is an essay I read that I really loved that I just wanted to recommend to anybody who out there who might want to read it. It is an essay by Kelsey McKinney, host of Normal Gossip and also a writer for Defector that she published at Defector. It's called Learning to Play Piano When There Is No Recital. And it's the latest essay that I've read about learning music as an adult. I've read a lot of these. I actually just bought a book about this and have become really fascinated by this subject because I think it gets at something very important about being a human being and being a creative person and allowing for space for your own creativity. And I think that Kelsey's essay about this, about learning piano as an adult, is just beautiful. I can't recommend it enough. It's so well written. She's such a great writer. I've been listening to Normal Gossip for a while. She's a really fun podcast host, but I hadn't read her writing in a while, and she's a really, really good writer and just very insightful. It's about how she was, I think like a year ago or so, she was hanging out with a friend, and her friend asked, "What have you been doing to sort of nurture creativity in yourself?" And she was kind of shook by the question because she didn't fully know what the answer was. So she thought about it for a while and then remembered that she had taken piano lessons as a kid and then quit amid all of the other interests that she expressed, as a kid, and then quit. But that this one was a little different, and that her mom said to her, "You're always going to regret this if you quit taking your lessons." She was just like, she doesn't phrase it as like a really harsh thing or anything, but just that her mom did push back a little bit and was like, "Are you really sure? Because you will regret this as an adult." And she was like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to do it." And then, of course, she does regret it. And so she starts taking piano lessons. She writes so well about, her teacher, who sounds really wonderful. She talks a lot about, being a creative person for your job versus finding space for creativity just as something that's a part of you as a person that isn't your job.
Yeah.
And how especially people around our age, like in our generation, were really pushed to find your passion, and then that's going to be your job.
Yep.
Like when we see a little kid and the kid really likes dancing or music, we're like, "Oh, you're going to be a dancer. You're going to be a musician. That'll be what you do for a living." And how, especially for Kelsey, someone who writes and, is writing a book and makes a podcast and is creative all the time professionally, it's especially challenging to find space for something where she's like, "I don't want to have a recital." That's in the title, right? I don't want to go and like play piano for everyone. I just want to have this thing that I can just do. And my sister actually has been learning guitar for the last year in a very similar kind of a thing. She was driven for different reasons, but I don't know. I've just talked to so many adults through Strong Songs who are learning instruments the way that I've even been learning guitar, an instrument that I'm nowhere near as good at as saxophone. I just am constantly thinking about this and engaging with it, with the way that our brain has to stretch and like how hard it is to make your brain learn new things like reading sheet music or guitar tablature and all of these things. And I think it's really important and really good. So I love this piece. It's sort of in line with something I've been really thinking about a lot lately. And I think a lot of our listeners might like it. So we'll link it in the show notes. You can read Defector if you don't have a subscription, though, of course, I do suggest supporting them because Defector is,
cool
as they
website.
say, if not the last good website, they're a very good website, and they're worth supporting. So that's Learning to Play Piano When There Is No Recital by Kelsey McKinney, a wonderful piece of writing.
Cool.
In my one more thing, Phoenix Wright pretends to play the piano and
He's
then
terrible.
turns out
He's
to be
so bad.
terrible at it.
He could use some lessons.
My one more thing is, of course, the game Apollo Justice, which is the 4th entry in the Ace Attorney series, and I've been playing through the collection. Capcom sent me an early code for the new re-release on the Switch, which I'll talk about. We'll talk about Ace Attorney in general a little bit more when that comes out. But I finished Apollo Justice and was struck by a couple things. One, first and foremost, being how good it is as just a self-contained story.
An Ace Attorney game, good. I'm so shocked.
Yeah, they all have the baseline of good, but Apollo Justice, I mean, just
it's
having
really
replayed
good?
them all the first 4 at least recently. I'm up to the 5th one now, and we'll hopefully play through the whole thing by the time we really get in depth on this. But it struck me that Apollo Justice might be the best one of the
It's
4.
really good.
Wow, that's high praise.
Is Clavier, the guitar player guy, is the prosecutor in that one? Yeah, that guy rules.
yeah, it is high praise, and they're all fantastic games. And the Great Ace Attorney, which came out, was it last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah,
also
we all
fantastic.
played it, yeah.
But you should. They're really really good. Apollo Justice, it just struck me what a good like self-contained story it is, and just how well done everything is about it. It doesn't feel like there's much wasted space or time or sections, and the cases all mostly make sense. It's just a really fantastic game. One funny, enjoyable observation that I've had as I play through these games is so Apollo Justice, the way it works is the first 3 games starred the character Phoenix Wright, and you got to see his internal monologue as he was starring. And his internal monologue is often him just bumbling and thinking, oh God, I'm screwed now, and his self-doubts and stuff like that. And you see a lot of him floundering and screwing up. And then when you get to Ace Attorney 4, Apollo Justice, the beginning of the game is like Phoenix Wright has turned into this like hobo dude who is like a grizzled age
this
of
cool
25
hat.
or
I
something.
love his hat.
He has a hat. He has given up his attorney's badge, and he seems like the smartest dude in the world and the coolest dude in the world, who is totally unflappable and has a master plan and like knows everything that's going to happen.
And you're like,
this
is not the guy I just played as for 3 games.
Yeah, and you're like, what is going on? And it's so funny because then you're playing as Apollo, and you see Apollo's like internal monologue, and he is bumbling and screwing up. And then you get to a point a little bit later in the game where you play as Phoenix Wright, and you get his internal monologue, and of course he's just like back to his old ways, like
Phoenix.
totally screwing up the whole time. And then you get to game 5, and then he's just back to like every time you control him or you control a character, and you see their internal monologue, they're just like totally fucking up.
This
and
is
then
an important lesson about how no one knows what they're doing.
well, yeah, I was gonna say, and then when
Definitely
you
in
see
those games,
other people, they're kind of like they have their shit together, they're composed, they're like seem like geniuses. But then when you play as that person, it's like, oh my God, I'm such a fuck up. And yes, it is a valuable life lesson.
That's amazing.
About self-confidence
and
how you are perceived by other people.
You know, related to that, so I can't really remember the game after this, the Miles Edgeworth game, but I'm guessing that it's kind of the same for him. Does Miles Edgeworth doubt himself?
That's a spin-off. That's different.
I know, but you do get to see Miles Edgeworth's inner monologue in those games, right?
like?
What is he like?
Well, game 5 is not Miles. What you're talking about is like a totally separate spin-off. I haven't played.
Sorry. Oh, you haven't played that?
Well, maybe years and years ago. Those didn't even come, or the second one didn't even come to the US. The first
I played
one
the first
came
one.
out. Yeah, I think I played it too, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, okay. I was just asking because I know that we have seen Miles Edgeworth's inner monologue. Given that Miles is like the most unflappable, upright, ramrod straight dude ever, and I just can't really remember the game that well, so unfortunately I can't add that context, but that would also be a fun thing to see.
I think it's a similar thing where whenever you're playing as somebody, you can see their internal self-doubts.
You're always scrambling for evidence and piecing together everything. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and another thing I'll talk about a little bit later is just the crazy visual changes when you go from the DS games, of which Apollo Justice is one, to the 3DS games, which are 5 and 6. But we'll talk about that down the road. But in the meantime, Apollo Justice, just a great game. I think people are really going to dig this collection when it comes out later in January.
Nice.
All right, and on that note, it is time to say goodbye. Kirk, Maddy, looking forward to seeing which one of us wins. And of course, we are all going to be playing Resident Evil 2 in the near future, so we'll talk about that down the road. In the meantime,
For sure.
See you guys next week.
It's going to be a fun year. I'll see you both next week.
Bye.
Triple Click is produced by Jason Schreier, Maddy Myers, and me, Kirk Hamilton. I edit and mix the show and also wrote our theme music. Our show art is by Tom DJ. Some of the games and products we talked about on this episode may have been sent to us for free for review consideration. You can find a link to our ethics policy in the show notes. Triple Click is a proud member of the Maximum Fun Podcast Network, and if you like our show, we hope you'll consider supporting us by becoming a member at MaximumFun.org/join. Find us on Twitter at TripleClickPod, send email to tripleclick@MaximumFun.org, and find a link to our Discord in the show notes. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.